Linebackers. Here we go. All right, Cam, go ahead.
This is where we've had discussions endless about this, so we can get into it here.
Yeah.
Here we go. Cam, start us off.
You good?
All right.
Hello?
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yeah, you're good. You're good.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Yeah. All good.
What's up, baby?
So, linebackers, I have Micah Parsons. That's not a very unique take. He's pretty much the first linebacker off the board wherever you look. And then 2, I have, who I really like, I have Jeremiah Owusu-Koramoah from Notre Dame. Just another one of those hybrid guys that I really like and I think are kind of like the future of NFL defenses. And then Jamin Davis, who's gotten a lot of publicity recently out of Kentucky, just super athletic, pretty raw, like hasn't played a ton, but his tapes stands out.
Yeah.
And then Zayvon Collins from Tulsa, another guy who's a lot of draft guys like, huge linebacker from Tulsa, who there's some concerns about his character as well as his compete level, but if you can get that straightened out, his physical tools are second to none. And then Pete Werner from Ohio State, who is also getting a lot of hype for late first round right now. As a matter of fact, he's kind of like a prototypical coverage, hybrid, kind of can do it all linebacker who at Ohio State I think is a pretty safe pick as far as someone who's going to come in and be able to play. Might not be a superstar, but get the job done for sure.
Yeah. All right. Yeah, same with me. Micah Parsons, I think, best defensive player in the draft. I do have him slipping in the draft because people are questioning character, but it was for a hazing incident, which, let's be honest, all of these guys have done on their teams. Just he got caught, like Penn State got caught. So that's something I don't really take into account. Micah Parsons is the best defensive player in this draft, so he's number 1 here. My heart wanted me to put Collins at number 2 because I love Zayvon Collins, but Owusu-Koramoah, I think you got to go with him because of his versatility and his soundness, especially as a coverage guy, more so than getting to the QB. But he's very instinctual. Like, he can, on a run, slip a block and make a play on a running back who may be looking to break. And now is Zayvon Collins, who I love. He's actually up to about 271. He's measured most recently. So as a hybrid guy, it seems that he's leaning towards more going to become a pass rusher, and it's 6'4", 271 with how fast and quick he is. I think a lot of QBs are going to be scared to come up against him, and I think he's well deserving of being a top 20 pick. I have him at 18 to the Dolphins. Just a guy I love. I think he's going to be great in the NFL. I think he could end up being better than Owusu-Koramoah and maybe even Parsons. Depends how bad they become, if they bust or not, but I love Collins. Davis, animal from Kentucky. He's been flying up boards. I would love for the Pats to take him in some capacity in the second round if they could get him. I think it'd be great. And then I went Nick Bolton, who very similar to Owusu-Koramoah in that he's great in coverage, but also, again, can make plays at the line of scrimmage, get to the QB, just quick. And I think coming out Missouri, hey, I'm a big Missouri guy, so I like Bolton. Also, Gabriel Cox just missed out. I do like Gabriel Cox. Same build, 6'4", 230. I think will be an animal in the NFL.
Yeah. So for me, I am a little bit of a contrarian here, and I have Owusu-Koramoah, number 1. I think the game is just kind of shifting in this way where you want these hybrid linebackers who can play maybe a little bit of safety, maybe, I don't know, in the slot if God forsake that, like they need something like that on like just put him on a tight end, something like that. And I think like he's just you watch him on the field and you really notice him and you see like how bad he wants to get to the ball. And I just really like that. And I think the reason I have him over Parsons at number 2 is Parsons is probably a bit better of an athlete. Obviously, he's got a way bigger frame. But Parsons, I don't think he's got the coverage instincts that Koramoah has, and I think you throw him in at middle linebacker, it could look kind of ugly, especially if they're throwing the ball a lot. Like in the run game, Parsons is number 1. He's who you want, but I think just overall to solidify a defense, I think you might be happier with Koramoah, especially given what he can do anywhere on the field. And then 3, I have Jamin Davis out of Kentucky. Been flying up the board. It's probably like a 3rd-round pick 2 or 3 months ago, and is now looking like a late first, early second kind of guy. I think, he's playing at Kentucky. They play a lot of tough competition. He's hard-nosed, got good physicals, just ready to show up and make an impact. Same thing with Gabriel Cox, tough competition, great athlete, can really stretch the ball, be versatile. Yeah. And then Bolton, like Andrew said, versatile. Out of Missouri, the hard-nosed Missourians. He's just tough, and I like him a lot.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we like that Midwest energy.
Yeah. Another name I want to shed some light on, who I wouldn't be surprised if they go higher than people are thinking, Monty Rice out of Georgia.
Interesting.
He's
actually, I have heard that name.
What I really like about him is in the Georgia-Florida game, he probably did as good of a job guarding Kyle Pitts as anyone has done ever in college. There's some really impressive clips of him running with him. I think in his size, he just has really good coverage instincts. And again, in that Georgia defense, it's hard for guys to really shine just because they're so solid. So I wouldn't be surprised.
Yeah, in a school that big.
I think.
Yeah, you get a school like that powerhouse, you're going to have a lot of big guys. He's a lot of big names. As a guy who's not the biggest name, but definitely a guy deserving of a lot of credit for what that Georgia team does.
I wouldn't be shocked if Baron Browning out of Ohio State finds his way into mid-second.
Browning.
I think he's really talented, and I think Sorry, go ahead. No, I was finishing up.
Also, I was just another note on Micah Parsons. I was reading into it. There's actually more to the character stuff than just the hitting thing. I don't know how much of it I can say. It's a TOS.
Yeah.
There was an incident where he was in high school, so he obviously was young, but he yelled "gun" in the cafeteria during lunch, and got expelled from. I think he got suspended and left his school. So he just yelled "gun" out of nowhere for no reason. Okay. Just stuff like that, his maturity in general, I think is a big issue.
Even it's a joke. It's you're a high school age kid. You should know better.
It's not just the hazing incident. I think it's just an overall pattern of lack of maturity that some teams are worried about, especially in a more NFL environment where you got to be on top of it all at all times.
Totally.
But again, his that aside, you get into the NFL, you think you can straighten out a guy like that.
Yeah, totally.
With his skill and his physical tools, he's good. He's easily the best in terms of those aspects. Easily the best on the board. Linebacker.
Yeah, a lot of guys like him to the Patriots, and with the maturity stuff, I can both see it and not see it. Because I can see Bill being this isn't a guy I want. I don't want this personality, but I can also see him I can straighten this guy out, and if he's falling, it's good value for me.
Yeah, I'd be curious to see how far he could fall without a team being come on, we got to take him.
It's Micah Parsons.
I can't see him making it past, say, the Browns and them saying we'll pass. I really just
I'd be shocked if he makes it out of the top 20.
Yeah, exactly.
Also, as a Boston-based place, one last call out. Boston-based, we got to shout out Isaiah McDuffie of Boston College. We'll be a fan of his. We'll be rooting for him to get drafted. Rooting for him in the league.
Kuechly.
Is he from Boston? Or is he? I know he went to be.
I believe he's from the New England area.
I'm looking right now. If you don't know this,
we just love him. We'll be rooting for him.
Oh yeah. Go Eagles.
It's from
Matty Ice.
Buffalo, New York. So
okay. We like that though.
We like that. That's a tough city.
Sure.
That's that. There's tough people in that city.
Oh yeah.
We like that.
Gronkowski family's from Buffalo.
All right, so